Hello, kindergarten. Today we're going to be learning about recognizing numbers 4 and 5. So with that, we're going to be able to count objects that have the quantity of 4 and the quantity of 5. So real quick before we do that, I want to go ahead over how we count on our fingers. So I kind of call them piano fingers. All right. But when we're counting to 4, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I count this way, so it's easier. It's like when you read, always read left to right. So when I'm counting the number 4, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do 5, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we recognize that this hand has 5 fingers. So each of your hands have 5 fingers. So this hand right here has 5. So let's count to 4 one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, let's count to 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So in this lesson, I'm going to real quick show you different ways that we can count to 4 and we can count to 5. And we're also going to use objects to help us count. As you can see right here, I have a Reckon Rec bracket. So a Reckon Rec bracket has these little chips on here, and it helps us count. So today I'm only going to use the top ones right here that I have right here. So we're just going to ignore this side. So I'm actually just going to cover it up like this so it's easier to see. So I'm going to move them back over because I'm going to count them. So when we're counting, we want to recognize each number with an object. Let's count to 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when I'm counting to 4, I'm moving my objects over. I'm not just having them over here and counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4. To be a great mathematician, you have to be able to move your objects over so you get the right number. All right. So here we are again. We're going to go ahead and count to 5 this time. And again, I'm going to move them over. Ready? 1. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 5. So I have 5 beads right here. All righty. Another way I can do this is I can have cubes. All right, my little cubes that I can connect. So I'm going to go ahead and connect, and I'm going to do 4 this time. So again, before I do that, I want to make sure that I have 4 and I'm not over counting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my objects on one side. So all of my blocks on one side, and I'm going to push them over to this side as I count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 right there. I'm going to push them over and we're going to try it again, but I want you to count with me. And if you do have these at home, or if you have anything that you can count with, you can get crayons, you can get pencils, you can get beans, you can get noodles, anything that you have in your house that is small enough for you to count them. All right. So if you need, you can go ahead and pause the video and get your manipulatives to help you. I haven't even had these little bears. You might have maybe bears or some type of counting thing at your in your home that you can use. And if you do not, again, you can just get something as small as a piece of pasta, so a noodle, or you can get crayons, anything that you have in your house for you able to be able to count them. All right, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to count to 5 this time. Again, we're going to push it over to the side as we are counting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see I did 5 over here. Now with that, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 here. So I can actually connect those and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 here. I can also do the same thing if I had a group of bears or a pasta or anything like that. Now I want you to go ahead and we're going to count to 4. Remember, every time you count, so like here's an example. If I go 1, I move it over. 2, move it over. All right, you ready? Let's start from the beginning. So put your manipulatives in a pout and let's go ahead and go over. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have 5 bears right here. So something you're going to see in this lesson is they're going to have a group of objects. So I'm going to put my objects right here and we're going to go ahead and count them. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and point to them as I count. If it helps you, you can push them over. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to see that group of objects, and I'm going to put them over to the side so we have 4. And you're going to see something like this. All right. So I just put them again in a row. So they're in a row right here, and a row is just straight across. It's side to side. So you're going to see objects that look like this. It's a 5 row. All right, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots in this. It is going to ask you in this lesson, you're going to be talking about which one matches our manipulatives. So if we're counting our manipulatives, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to find which one shows 4. So I want you to sit and think of that. If you have to pause, that's totally fine. Go ahead and pause and think about it. Looking at this, I can see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 spots in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that one. Now I'm looking at this one right here and it has all 5 shaded, but I know that there is 4 here. So that's too many spots that are shaded. Now looking at this one, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 spots shaded. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one because this one right here shows the correct amount of counters that I have right here. So again, today you're going to be learning about counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So being able to count to 4 and 5, and how many different ways and different counters and different manipulatives that you can use to make 4 or 5. And remember, it's really important when you're first learning to count is being able to push your objects to the side as you count to help you recognize this is 1 counter, this is 2 counters, this is 3 counters, 4 counters, and 5 counters. All right, see you later.